Okay. And what is the change in your arthritis symptoms?
I really don't have pain in my knee, which it had gotten bad for about the last 2 months. I don't know why. To where even with like my arthritis medicine morning and night, I'd still be having breakthrough pain, and my knee was so stiff, and I like couldn't bend it or straighten it, and I was just miserable. I was just always like, my face was frowning, and I was always rubbing. So that's gone. So I'm so pleased with that.
So in a week you cured that. You cured your arthritic knee in a week.
Yeah.
So this is why people know that this is real. See, the very first thing that we show people how to do is cure physical diseases, like the first week, like you're doing.
It's been proven.
Yeah, right.
You don't have to believe for it to work.
And also, you can ask them to watch your movie, which you just made. But
my 3 minutes of fame.
But you certainly don't, or your 50 minutes of fame, or whatever it is, but you certainly don't want to waste your time with people, do you?
No.
So if you can't talk about this, nobody can. I can't either. So don't. Just do it or don't do it.
Because we were just talking about how much better my knee was. You know, I've gone from limpy to walking.
Yeah.
So I was just telling him what did it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then you have a right to say, look at my knee. It's okay. You know. You just say, like, just look at it. Quit being stupid. There it is. You know, it's fine. Did you notice I walked over to you just now?
Without limping, it's a good thing. And a smile on my face. No more frowns.
You're right. See? So you just say, see what I just did? Well, that means my knee's okay.
Yeah.
So you just, you just have to tell people point blank. I mean, if people want to argue with facts, you really can't help them.
No.
Huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Come fix.
Are you gonna edit anything that doesn't turn out good?
I'm not going to edit a thing. You always sound good. Everything you say sounds good. I love talking to you, and
okay.
I always find you to be engaging and funny and exciting, and you're always curing things in the moment, and I think you're a natural healer, and you're a registered nurse, right?
Yep.
So you've always been in some form of healing and curing all your life.
And I'm shutting my phone down now that I've got a hold of you.
Okay.
Yes, I have been healing all my life.
Yeah, you've been doing good things, and people love you, and they feel like you heal them when you are with them and talk to them. Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons why I have such a passion for this is because when I worked at Mercy, like my very first place to be a nurse, I did oncology, and there wasn't hospice yet then, so people really died right there in the hospital. And I have seen hundreds of people die.
Wow.
And it's just, I don't want them to go through that. I want them to cure themselves of their cancer.
And okay, I want to just get a grocery list of the things that you cured.
Leukemia that I didn't know I had, cancer that I was, not symptomatic. Also, my two symptomatic ones that I've noticed a difference with are my arthritis, just 2 or 3 joints, knees and hip, and my thyroid problem, because I have hypothyroidism.
And okay, so tell me what the difference is in those two things.
Well, my knee is so much better. Where am I supposed to look?
At the look at the camera.
Okay. My knee is a ton better. I can bend it, and I have, good range of motion, and it's not as swollen. And I notice I've got more energy. for my hypothyroidism.
Well, what do you mean by more energy?
Well, like,
what was it like before, and what's it like now?
Before I felt like I wanted to take naps, and now I don't have to do that. You know, it used to be a joke when my kids I would pick them up from school and I'd tell them I'm going to take a siesta. And I didn't even know that it was because of my thyroid. I just thought I needed a nap, you know, but now I don't need naps. That's a good thing.
Now, tell us and or demonstrate exactly how you got this result with your thyroid.
How I got it?
Yeah, what did you do? How long have you been doing IMMUNICS?
A week.
So you've been doing it 1 week and you noticed this result in a week?
Yeah.
Okay, now what did you do for your thyroid that caused this result?
I just removed all of the, I asked if my my organs, you know, were my opponents, and I found out that my thyroid was my enemy. Or no, not opponent. It wasn't my ally, it was my opponent. So I changed it to be my ally. That was my only organ that was not mine.
So IMMUNICS enables you to change how your organs are relating to you, because sometimes people's organs attack them. And see, nobody knows this but us.
Yeah. And believe me, I'm learning every day. Well, oh my gosh.
Right.
I stay up so late because I want to just get a little more info out of it.
So you're learning things in the web college every day.
Oh, yes. I'm still doing the skills. I'm just now to skill. I just started skill 2.
Well, you know you'll be doing the skills for years, right?
Yeah. I know. It's an ongoing thing.
So you're still doing the skills, and you'll be doing them, you know, in 2015.
Yeah.
So we know things nobody else knows, like that just to get back to the, you know, specific thing we were talking about, that your organs can attack you. Actually, your thyroid can be your opponent.
Right, and it's not technically an organ, but it's a gland, and it's super important. So I'm glad you guys have the glands and the organs together. I think that's cool.
People wouldn't have been able to find them otherwise.
No. Mm-mm.
But see, this is
especially the adrenal glands. You know, they serve so many things, and they've got to be able to get into those and work on it. So that's cool.
Well, this is what makes us a cult. You know, people say we're a cult. This is that IMMUNICS is a cult. Did you know that?
They do. They think it's they think that we've got a witch's pot somewhere and we're brewing something.
Well, see,
there's no eye of newt. There's no eye of newt.
The definition of a cult is that we think we know things that other people don't know. That's one of the main identifiers for a cult. Cults are groups of people who believe that they know things that the general population is ignorant of.
I could see where we would fit in that thing, but we certainly are trying to share it.
Well, most cults try to share the things. Like IBM is a cult, and they try to share their thing, but, you know, not everybody buys IBM, you know.
Right.
Microsoft is a cult, but most people don't like Microsoft.
Yeah. The thing with me, I'm just driven because a nurse of, you know, like of my years that I've done, I don't want people to suffer. So if I have to go out and yell about being in this cult, I will. I'm going to tell them, you know, just like I've started Facebook, and every day, you know, whatever video it is, I tell them, you know, just like the guy that had the cancer wrapped around, you know, his heart, and he was about to call hospice. I know he would have been probably 4 weeks from death. just from that. And I know how close he was to death. And I'm just going to keep telling people, you know, if this person can do it, you can do it. And I'm going to share it and put it on my Facebook and do my friends and just try to get this out to the world. I don't want anybody to die another death of cancer.
Well, that's why all of us did it. Because we were at one time sick and scared. At one time I was sick and scared, and when I got the ability to cure, well, I cured herpes, and when I got the ability to cure herpes, I realized that, boy, I sure wished somebody had showed it to me 28 years before I discovered it, because I was having herpes outbreaks for 28 years.
Yeah, you know, I've made a new line for myself. I don't want people to have pain in vain.
No,
good one?
No pain in vain. I love it.
No pain in vain.
No pain in vain. I love it. Thank you. That's beautiful.
Good. It's good.
That's beautiful. We're kindred spirits, and there's more of us every day. You know, we are bringing in more people every day who feel the way you do and are as active and adamant and outspoken as you are, and who won't stop, who are just going to keep sharing it and yelling about it, and whatever they have to do, they'll do.
And I think the funniest thing since I've been doing this is because I know you've done LSD and all kinds of stuff. Well, I'm like the complete polar opposite. I've never done one drug my whole life. So,
well, my drug experience were in the 1960s. I had stopped taking acid before Jerry Garcia started taking acid. That's how far back I go. And I walked away from it, and you know what? You know, just a few short years later, when I look back on it, it was a poison to me. Drugs were poisonous to me.
And you can always see that looking back.
Yes.
I mean, like I said, hindsight's always 20/20.
Right.
Whenever I get to my calm, clear place, that's a drug for me. I know what drugs are like, because I'm like high. I'm like goofy, like deer in the headlight look. And so I finally know what it's like to feel completely high. But I'm high on God instead of high on like a drug.
So you know
I don't need the meth. I just need my calm, clear place.
Well, you know what you're saying here is just not obvious to most people. Like, they don't understand what you're saying.
Oh, you mean like what the calm, clear place is?
They don't know what you're talking. Most people who are going to watch this movie, they have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Oh. Well, you want me to tell them?
Of course.
Well, anytime you remove something, like when you do your IMMUNICS, well, at least anytime with me, you just get this, oh my gosh, it's like this, I just sink. I sink, but I'm not heavy, I'm light, and I don't know why I'm sinking. It's the complete opposite, but I usually just sink, and I just got this best overall feeling, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I even find myself saying thank you, because it feels so good, you know, and I want to thank him for taking it away. And I even feel that good when I install something. It's the most awesome feeling.
We call it the calm, clear place.
Yeah.
And it means you've cured something.
Definitely.
See, those of us who've had physical diseases like herpes know that when we go to the calm, clear place, it means we've erased the disease. But if somebody gets that effect without knowing that, see, if you don't know you can cure a physical disease till after you did it.
Right.
This is what stops most people.
Yes. Yeah. But I even get this feeling like whenever you read the prayers, you know, I get it when I read the prayers too. The list of them that Keely sends out, definitely just sink in my chair whenever I read them. So it's kind of cool. Actually, it's very cool. It's not just kind of cool. It's awesome, and I want everybody to feel it.
Well,
you got to do my new drug.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
We want people to feel, because if people felt the calm, clear place, if everybody on earth was walking around feeling the way you feel when you cure somebody, the thing that you're talking about right now.
Right, and this is not voodoo. This is God. I've never, this week's time, I've never.
If everybody.
I go to church, I read the Bible, I take Bible studies, I do women's retreats. I have never been this close to God as I have this last week.
Well, if everybody felt that, there wouldn't be any global warming, pollution. People who are in that place don't warm the globe.
Yeah.
They figure it out. But it's not going to just be a little handful of us. If it's only a little handful of us, we'll probably just all die with the rest of them. You know, that's going to be it for us too, you know.
Yeah.
But we'll have enjoyed ourselves while we were here, so it's not all wasted.
No. No, it's not.
See, another thing that people need to know is that the calm, clear place that you're talking about, that's so important to you and how close you feel to God, that's actually another signal that you're curing, for example, your thyroid condition, in your case. That's a signal. It's one of the signals that you're curing things. Are you feeling that way now?
No, I'm just letting you drive the car. I'm waiting for you to talk.
Oh, well, I don't know if I have anything so much. Okay, okay, you're saying that you've cured 4 things. Tell us what they are again.
Cancer and leukemia, which of course I didn't know about, and hypothyroidism and arthritis.
Okay. And what is the change in your arthritis symptoms?
I really don't have pain in my knee, which it had gotten bad for about the last 2 months. I don't know why. To where even with like my arthritis medicine in the morning and night, I'd still be having breakthrough pain, and my knee was so stiff, and I like couldn't bend it or straighten it, and I was just miserable. I was just always like, my face was frowning, and I was always rubbing. So that's gone. So I'm so pleased with that.
So in a week you cured that. You cured your arthritic knee in a week.
Yeah.
So this is why people know that this is real. See, the very first thing that we show people how to do is cure physical diseases, like the first week, like you're doing.
Right.
That's why, because when they cure a physical disease, they can then know that, you know, the deeper diseases, like, see, now you have this wonderful God connection that you're very appreciative of.
That was a super bonus.
Now, probably you would not appreciate it as much had you not cured anything else, and you were still hobbling around on your arthritic knee, and you still had your thyroid malfunctioning, and you were walking around going, oh God, I'm so sick, you know. And then you'd have this great God connection, and you'd say, okay, that's great, but I really have to handle these physical things, you know. So it would not be as good.
No, it wouldn't. I'm sure it wouldn't.
So this is what we need to understand about this. That we need to understand that curing the physical diseases is the way in to the thing that's really important about this, which is the God connection. And that's what makes this a religion. See, you're practicing a religion. This is a religion, what you're doing. And, you know, we access our past lives, and we do a lot of spiritual work in it. But the very first thing we do in this particular religion is cure physical diseases. It's the first phase of the religious practice.
Which I think is good, because that's what people really need first.
Sure.
Because, like you say, people come with something that they got that's, you know, hanging over their shoulders, and a big Snoopy cloud, Charlie Brown cloud that is always there, about to rain, follows you around. So you got to get rid of that.
By the way, I wanted to say that I am actually trying to let you drive, because I think you're a pretty good driver with these movies. I like the things that you're bringing us to and talking about, and the conversations that you're opening up, and I think people are going to get a lot out of hearing this stuff that you're talking about.
Okay.
You want to help people. I mean, you came to this because you wanted to help people. I don't think you actually came here to cure your arthritis, did you?
I didn't.
That was just something that suddenly happened, and you went, oh my God, you know.
Yeah, I sent an email to Greg, and he's such a sweetie. And I can't cry, but
that's okay. Go ahead.
I told him.
Go ahead and cry. It's okay. Really?
That I was not working, but I wanted to be some sort of healer, and you know that I wanted to be a part of the college, but could he maybe give me information about the scholarship thing? Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
So he was so sweet. He just right away emailed me and the password for a month, and he's just like, do you have Skype? And I'm like, no. And he's like, well, I want to talk to you. Call me, or I'll call you. And I mean, it was that instant. That's how gracious he was. So that just, I mean, he knew I was doing the right thing, and I was doing it in the right place, because God absolutely, I snapped my fingers and I got it. So,
yeah.
So that's why I get very humble whenever I, think about the opportunity that Greg gave me.
Yeah. God gave you the opportunity. Actually, it's God that's giving you this, and we have become really wonderful people as a result of practicing this faith. This is very dependable. We know that we can feel calm, clear, loving, courageous, powerful. Like Greg paid for this out of his own money.
Right.
He had the nerve to do that because God empowered him. God gave him the ability to remove the fear and the dysfunctions, the cowardice that causes other people to not be able to give as freely.
Yeah. And I'm so thankful for that. But God always says, money's not always the way you contribute. And obviously, now that this is not a time in my life when I have an abundance of money, but I've got time, and so now I'm making a difference with my time.
Yes, you are.
And that's just as much of, a dedication as money is in God's eyes.
You're making a contribution. That's truly, truly true. And you know
and
what?
then there will be a time when I'll have money again, and I'll be able to contribute that way.
There'll be time when you'll have money, time, and also experience.
Yep.
And everything else that you need, and you'll make a big contribution.
Yeah.
You can.
But that's why I came in the beginning. I really wanted to help people, because I am tired of seeing people sick. I've just seen them sick. So that was my huge mission whenever I came.
Okay, so that's what you're doing here. Your goal is to help people. You want to cure people. So okay, how about this? How about a pop quiz? Ready?
Okay.
All right, you've been doing this a week. So you're a pretty good tester. You get good signals. Show us what your signal looks like.
Oh my gosh, it's silly looking. Okay, well, can I turn that much?
Yeah, okay, sure.
I just ask, and if it's yes, my body goes slightly forward, and if it's no, my body goes slightly backwards.
Okay.
And that's why I always sink in this chair, because I'm always sitting in the chair when I'm
so you just feel the slight feeling in your body. Probably after a while, nobody will even notice it.
No, and forward for yes, back for no.
This is really it's a great
I know
way
my
to get
fingers
sick.
my fingers don't work, my toes don't work, nothing. So I don't know if that'll ever change, but right now that's how it goes.
But that's a great way to get signals. Fine, no problem. I mean, you've cured two medically incurable diseases with 1 week getting that signal. I'd say it's a pretty good signal.
Yeah. And so whenever I meet people and they're like, well, my fingers don't work, well, good, mine don't either.
I get such a kick out of this. You know, I do. I really get such a kick out of this.
Yeah. Come to my world. I'll show you what your stomach can do. Get your ab work on. Yeah. Get a six-pack.
Well,
that'd
okay,
be good. That would be like even more of a plus.
Okay, here comes your pop quiz. Okay, ready?
Okay.
All right. When you die, you lose 5 bodies and keep 7. What are the names of the 5 bodies that you lose?
The 5 bodies that I lose.
When you die.
Oh, man, I got to think about this. You know, I told you I'm supposed to be working on my memory, too. Okay. There's etheric. You lose that one?
Okay, cut. Okay, stop the pop quiz. Were you testing?
Oh, no. Was I supposed to be testing?
Okay, you flunked the pop quiz. You were supposed to be testing.
I'm sorry. I thought you were really asking like me in my head.
All right, so see you flunked your first pop quiz because that's a basic thing that people always flunk. They forget to test things.
Okay.
Most people have this problem. They simply forget to test things. So this is a pretty important thing to teach people. Like, I bet the people who were listening to this were trying to take the pop quiz along with you. They should have been anyway. And they probably weren't testing either. They were probably trying to guess at the body. If they knew the names of the bodies, they were probably trying to guess at them or whatever, but they weren't testing. So you've taught everybody something by flunking that quiz. So now...
I'm out here for you people.
You what?
I said I'm out here for the people.
All right, you're out there. That's right. You're demonstrating so everybody can learn. So now let's do another pop quiz. Ready?
Okay.
You feel more ready now or less ready?
I don't know.
All right. Well, are you more or less ready?
Yes.
Okay. Yes meaning you're more ready.
Yes, I'm more or less ready.
Test this question. Am I in a hypnotic trance?
Am I in a hypnotic trance? No.
Okay, good. All right, here comes the pop quiz. When you die, you lose 5 bodies and keep 7. What are the 5 bodies that you lose?
Okay, I'm going to do this. I've got my paper here. This is my cheat sheet. Okay. Do I lose my celestial body? I lose my celestial body?
Why don't I tell you what? Why don't you just home in on the bodies that you think you might lose and test those first? See, I'm helping you take the pop quiz now. Okay? So okay, go.
Do I lose my astral body? Do I lose my Do I lose my mental body? Do I lose my mental body?
Just say them when you test them.
I think I'm losing my mental. Yes, I got a yes for mental.
Okay. Okay, mental, go on.
Do I lose my emotional body? Do I lose my physical body?
Of course you lose your physical body when you die. What did you...
Yeah.
You definitely lose... That's a no. You definitely lose that one. You don't have to test that one, okay?
No, I keep all the universal ones, don't I?
Yeah. So go on.
Do I lose my celestial body? No. Do I lose my gravitational body?
Okay, let me give you a hint, okay? You're testing too slowly because you're asking this long question.
Okay.
So position the question and then just go down the bodies. Mental, yes. Physical, yes. Do another one.
Okay, so the question is, what bodies do I lose when I die?
You're just looking for the ones you lose. You don't even have to phrase it in English word. Most questions are not actually phraseable in any kind of English language anyway.
Because I am really always asking it like that, so I don't have to necessarily ask it.
Just stop doing that.
Oh.
Okay, so now test the bodies and you'll get a signal on the ones that you lose. You just say, I'm going to get a signal on the ones that I lose when I die. And you got 2 already, so find the other ones.
I got a no for celestial. A no for gravitational. Spiral. A yes for spiral. Eric. Astral. I got a yes for astral. Karmic. And a yes for karmic. Are any of those right?
Yes, some of them are.
I didn't get anything on the third.
Okay, so you get but you got yes on karmic. Okay, so it seems to me like you're flunking this quiz because you can't actually test certain things. Maybe you're getting other kinds of answers. So actually your tests may not be wrong. You just may be getting other kinds of information. For example, test this question and see if you get a yes on it. Am I undoing my karma?
Am I undoing my karma? Yes.
You might have tested that you're going to lose your karmic body because you're undoing your karma. You might have. There are other reasons why you might have tested it. Another way to test this. Well, okay. I would say on this pop quiz that you are definitely getting some real answers. At least, probably all your answers are real. But I don't think you're testing it in a general or theoretical way. Like, for example, what you want to look at is the things that almost everybody loses when they die. Like, does almost everybody lose their etheric body when they die, for example?
I would say...
Well, just test it. What do you get?
Okay.
Did you move forward? Did you move forward or back? Do most people lose their etheric body when they die?
Lose their etheric body when they die. Yes.
Do most people lose their karmic body when they die?
Do most people lose their karmic body? No.
Well, see now you've adjusted your testing so that you're getting accurate or more appropriate answers for the question that I was hoping to be asking, and this is great, you know. One thing we should also mention is the exception is when people keep their etheric bodies when they become ghosts. So people who, see, people, you know, in the healing world, you know, there's this whole kind of zeitgeist of healing, you know, that where this shared consciousness where there are all these people like, you know, Deepak Chopra and Wayne Dyer and Carroll and Mason, all these people who are like writing books about healing and stuff like that. You're familiar with all that, right?
Yeah.
You know that exists. And one of the things they've been saying is that the soul has weight, because when people die, they've actually weighed them, and at the instant of death, they lose a couple of ounces. You know, their physical body seems to become 2 ounces lighter or something like that. So they say that's their soul leaving, and therefore the soul is real and has weight. But actually, they don't know what's really happening, because what's happening is that's what happens when the etheric body separates from the physical body. However, generally, for most people, the etheric body also dissipates within a few minutes. So they're not continuing to live on as their etheric body. However, if they're a ghost, they will for maybe hundreds of years. And they may keep all or part of their etheric body. They just don't want to go. They're holding it together.
Right. That's interesting. I always wonder why they do that.
Yeah. Also,
like they're afraid of going to the light.
You what?
Like they're afraid of going to the light.
Well, yeah. When you go into the light, though, you still keep 7 bodies.
Mm.
You know, and then you get reincarnated in a couple of years. Have you ever worked any of your past lives?
I have just asked basic questions through the skills that have come up, like, have I killed any of my family, or has my family killed me? They were all no's. I mean, I haven't had like any traumas. I've tested no to all that.
Oh, okay. Like you could ask, like, for example, have I ever killed my mother? Test that.
Right. I have ever killed my mother.
Test it again and see if you go forward or back.
No, I have not ever killed her.
Has my mother ever killed me?
Has my mother ever killed me? No.
Work a few of your past lives and then test it again and see if you get different answers. You know, sometimes it may just be that you just don't want to know certain things. Have you ever thought that? You know, maybe there are things you don't feel good about. You don't want to know them.
Well, yeah, I can't kill a fly, so I don't want to be killing my family. Okay? Ask my kids. They have a fly swatter, not me.
Well, you're a real sweetie, you know. So, yeah. But after you just work a few of your past, why don't you work some of your past lives and see if you can get to the thing that causes you to not like killing anything? You could ask that question. See, you could just test. We'll test this now. Is there a trauma or string of traumas that has caused me to feel uncomfortable with killing things? Or things getting killed? People, animals, whatever, killing or getting killed.
Yes.
Okay, so you could access those traumas. You can pinpoint exactly what you want to know and ask questions about it. We don't have to do this in this movie.
That's good to know, because that would be interesting.
It's good to know. That's right.
To hear and know about. I mean, not that I want to change my personality, because I like not killing things, but...
Your personality is going to change. The more you do this, the more your personality will change.
Like for the worst? You think I'll be meaner? You think I can kill a fly?
No. But like
I'll just understand
you know
why I'm that way.
you know the calm, clear place.
Yeah.
Well, every time you go to the calm, clear place, you change. You become.
I completely agree with that. I do.
You become different, and the difference, there's a certain permanence to that. The effect of doing this is cumulative. So the more you do it, the more different you become. And whatever, I mean, test this question: has my personality changed since in the last week since I started doing this?
Has my personality changed in the last week since I did this? Yes.
Okay. And can you see the direction it's gone in?
Oh, yeah.
Well, then it's just going to kind of go more in that direction. It keeps going in the same direction.
Yeah.
Like you become courageous, detached, loving, caring, involved, and experience. Your acumen grows, your intuitiveness grows. All the aspects of your personality are altered as you go along.
Yeah. I think the hardest thing I've had in a week is just whenever I talk about this, people are like, the first thing they say, no, it can't. That's the first thing they say when I say, it can cure cancer. No, it can't.
Well, may I make a suggestion? Don't talk to them about it.
And well, I mean, like, okay, mostly just like with my son, I was talking to him about it, and he was the one that said, oh, it can't.
Okay, so don't do that. If something doesn't work, don't do it. Like,
Yeah.
you either do it with people or you skip it. Like, see, you're supposed to be asking people to do things. For example, come to my Thursday night meeting at in my exercise or whatever, or in your living room, or wherever you want to give it. Come to my house
Right.
Thursday night, and then when they come, you have to simply control what they do. You say, okay, now we're going to do this, and everybody try this, and you see who can get a signal and who can't, and so on, and you just go on from there, and you don't ever explain anything to people. Now, you can tell them that this can cure cancer, and they can say it can't, and that's fine, you know. The rubber meets the road where you invite them to come do it with you, and they say yes or no. You know, they don't have to believe it can cure cancer in order to do it. They don't have to believe anything in order to do it.
Right.
They just get a signal or they don't.
That's been proven.
Yeah, right.
You don't have to believe for it to work.
And also, you can ask them to watch your movie, which you just made. But
My 3 minutes of fame.
But you certainly don't, or your 50 minutes of fame or whatever it is, but you certainly don't want to waste your time with people, do you?
No.
So if
I don't.
you can't talk about this, nobody can. I can't either. So don't. Just do it or don't do it.
Because we were just talking about how much better my knee was. You know, I've gone from limpy to walking.
Yeah.
So I was just telling what did it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then you have a right to say, look at my knee. It's okay. You know. You just say, like, just look at it. Quit being stupid. There it is. You know, it's fine. Did you notice I walked over to you just now?
Without limping, it's a good thing. And a smile on my face. No more frowns.
You're right. See? So you just say, see what I just did? Well, that means my knee's okay.
Yeah.
So you just, you just have to tell people point blank. I mean, if people want to argue with facts, you really can't help them.
No. I'm learning that.
The fact is, by the way, that your friends are perfectly capable of seeing you limping over to them when you're not. They're sick. They're dysfunctional. They're experiencing perceptual distortions. Like, they see you the way you looked yesterday. That's what they see. People don't actually see what's in front of them. They see what's in their mind. If you want to help people, you're going to need to remember some of these things I'm telling you.
Yeah, I need all the help I can get.
Really?
Because I'm just like I'm the blind leading the blind right now. But you know what? I'm going to be seeing.
See, actually, you're not the blind. You're pretty good at this. And when you started, you have to give yourself some credit, because when you started testing those bodies, you did get appropriate signals. You know, when we clarified the question, see, the kinds of things that you need to learn, your God connection is very good. You're very plugged in to the electric socket. Now what you need to do is what we were doing in the movie before. You should watch this movie again when I put it up, because you need to focus your questions. Like when you were getting, you know, the first time you were getting answers, you were probably asking the things about yourself. That's why you got that you were going to lose your karmic body. You might lose your karmic body at the end of this lifetime. You have a chance. Like you're trying. Like you're struggling toward the light. You're loving your God connection and saying, I want to help people. I want to do something for humanity. Like you're going in the direction of God realization. Like you're headed for God. So, you know, if you get it, you will lose your karmic body. That's what happens. What are your thoughts right now? Speak.
My thoughts right now. Well, I was thinking to the way I've been testing, because, you know, I kind of do things slowly. You know, I'm like my grandpa, my mom called him a sitter. You know, and my mom's a sitter, and my grandma was a goer, and she always wanted to go somewhere, and my grandpa was always wanting to sit. Well, I'm kind of like my grandpa. I like to just sit and take everything slow. And I think that's why I test everything so slowly, because I'll just like take one question and then I'll go through all those bodies, you know. And so it's taken me a really long time. And so now I'm just, since you said that, I'm thinking, wow, I might have to find a way to do this faster. Or there might be a way to do this faster.
And test if you just cured something.
Did I just cure something? No.
Okay. I'm now curing whatever it is that's in my way of maintaining an appropriate speed.
Whatever it is that's in my way of obtaining an appropriate speed.
Maintaining an appropriate speed.
Maintaining an appropriate speed. I got it.
Yeah? Now test, did I just cure something?
Did I just cure something? Yeah.
Was I on my way to curing it before I asked that question?
Was I on my way to curing it before I asked that question? No.
Okay, so the message here is this. You know what you were just saying about how I'm like my grandpa, blah, 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 that stuff you were saying?
Yeah.
You can't say that stuff anymore. When you see something wrong, wham, you just cure it. Right there.
Okay.
You know? Okay. You don't talk about yourself. You don't make up stories about who you are. You don't describe yourself to yourself. You're not any particular way. What's going to actually, you know, when we were saying your personality is going to disappear?
Yeah.
We were saying it's going to change, like that you're going to change. What's actually going to happen is that you're going to disappear. There won't be any you. You won't be like anybody anymore. You with me?
Yeah.
Does that seem real to you?
It seems surreal right now. I mean,
try and test it. Test it and see if you get a signal on it.
Now, what do you want me to test specifically? What do you want me to ask?
Have I been disappearing for the last week since I've been doing this?
Have I been disappearing for the last week while I've been doing this? Yes.
Okay. So you don't have to like say it's real or not real. You tested it just now.
Yeah.
You got a yes. That's it. Bingo. You with me?
Yep.
So that's what you're supposed to be doing, you know? Just, this is the direction you want to go in, and this is what will make you a healer. The healer you want to be is in this direction.
Well, and it's just so good to know because, you know, I've just been focused on going through the skills and doing what's on the paper and, you know, that sort of thing. And
yeah.
I don't even think about fun stuff like that, you know?
Well,
I know it's fun too because I'm into it, but
I like doing fun stuff. I like doing fun stuff in these movies.
Yeah.
I think this is one of my better movies. I'm enjoying you. You're an amazing person, you know.
Oh, thanks.
Well, I tell you what, you have high God aspirations. And those aspirations will be rewarded and fulfilled. God always comes through.
Yeah. He has so far.
Yep.
He's really good about that.
Well, and that is our movie. Now I just want to say that if you want to speak to somebody, I would be available, possibly, and also my outgoing message on my phone does give instructions about how to start if you haven't started yet. So, or you can just, you know, leave me a message and I'll get back to you. So please feel free to call me. I'd be happy to speak to you. And here's my number. It's 813-672-3419. And I hope you enjoy this movie. And it's fine to call me up and just tell me how you felt about it.